Hello everybody, I just wanted to do a quick demo of Poly server-side custom functions. The basic idea behind this feature is that you can write your own custom code and deploy it to the Poly server, and you would use this if you wanted to abstract away, one or more APIs or transform them or perform routing logic or decision logic. And you don't want to do it on a per client basis. You want to have this be available as a reusable service for your whole enterprise. So here today I'm just going to show you a quick function. I asked the AI for a simple example of how to use the actual OpenAI API. And here we're just going to do some basic math. We're going to give it an instruction on what to do. We're going to give it a couple of numbers. And then basically we're going to wait for a response. And then here in this response, I actually just want to print the first of the responses back. So I'll just go ahead and introspect that, and then we'll print the content. Let's go ahead and run this real quick. And we'll see a response come back. So the multiplication of 6 and 3 is 18. So basically this thing is doing as instructed. Now, let's say we want to make this a custom function so that we don't have to have this logic inside our client. I've gone ahead and actually written a custom function. It basically just declares an interface where it takes in two numbers, and they're actually modeled as numbers in TypeScript, and then basically an instruction, which is a string. It returns a string as a promise asynchronously, and then basically what it does is just performs the same logic where the two numbers are passed in as templatized parameters, and then lastly it just responds back with that subset of the response from OpenAI. So to go ahead and actually deploy this function, I'm just going to go ahead and run this command. It basically says, npx poly add a function, called doMath from this particular file, customfx, and put it under the context of math. So I'm just going to go ahead and run this command, and it's going to take a little bit right now just because we're at the beta, and this will obviously be accelerated in the future. All right, so it looks like it finished up. I did actually go on pause there for about 25 seconds. So if you try this on your own, you'll experience a little bit of a delay. And basically now we have the function here as doMath. So I can basically go ahead and copy this function and replace basically all of this over here. I'm just going to say, const, open or math response equals basically this thing, this function. I'm going to do an await statement, and we can see that IntelliSense is going to kick in. So I'll just give it two numbers and an instruction. I'll say add and return response as the instruction, and then I'll just do a quick console log statement of the math response, hit save, and so now I can run this client again, and this time it's just using the Poly client library to go to the Poly server, and then have this custom function be executed, which then uses the Poly server library, Poly client library on the server to actually go against OpenAI. So I know this is a simple example, but this is a really powerful feature because it allows you to do the exact transformation, the exact optimizations, the exact interface that you want for your company, irrespective of what's actually behind the scenes. And then also gives you discovery. So if I say, for example, how do I use OpenAI to perform math operations? Let's see what this thing comes back with here in a second. And we can see that it came back with the actual function we deployed. So now that custom function we wrote, packaged, deployed is basically available both in the library as well as in the assistant, as well as in the generic Poly API, which is actually how we use Poly to optimize for other external consumers like OpenAI. So thank you for watching that demo. As always, feel free to reach out if you have any questions or interest in getting your hands on Poly. Thank you.